What's up everybody and welcome to a brand new FIFA Friday here on TGI. I'm Matt and today we're going to be carrying on with our FIFA 16 Manager Mode Career Series here with Aston Villa. So last time out we got ourselves our first piece of silverware of the season with a comprehensive win over Hull City in the Capital One Cup final. This video is all going to be really about cementing our position in the league. We've got a couple of games here in the league you can see, but the big one right there is against Dortmund. Second leg of the Champions League. We got 2-2 in the first game, so that is a huge game for us there. And also we got an FA Cup quarter-final against Everton. So a few big games, City and Chelsea as well in the league. So big games, but we do have a nice cushion in the league. I do really expect us to kind of go on and win that now. But yeah, like I said, that is the big one. That is the real big one. So let's get straight into this here. We've got first game up against Spurs. So we're going to go into this here with our normal strength 11. You can remember from last time out we do have a good range of players which we're stuck with now, or we're going with till the end of the season. So let's get straight into this game against Spurs and see if we can carry on. As I said, that big gap we've got, you can see in the bottom right corner there. If we win this game, we're almost 20 points clear of only 10 to go. It's basically all over. But let's get into this here anyway against Spurs and get ourselves another 3 points. And we do move one step closer to Premier League glory with a very convincing win over Tottenham Hotspur today. You see that goal early on, Payet driving at their defence, getting in there and getting himself a goal after about the 15-minute mark. Chances came for the front men going forward continuously. Correa there having a few chances, really trying hard, and then you see Payet here, gets the ball across, gets absolutely wiped out by Dele Alli. Penalty given, red card to Ali. What actually was the slight controversy was that I scored from that cross with a header, so the goal got wiped out, so we had to try again, and Correa with not the best penalty, but the keeper went low while Correa went high, and he did tuck it away for his 21st of the season, and that was 2-0 to Villa. And then in the second half, Spurs were they were more interested in keeping the ball than they were going forward. You'll see in the stats they had a lot of possession, but the majority of the ball was played in their third. They were more interested in just keeping hold of it. But they were always there for the taking on the counter-attack going forward. And you'll see here, this was the result of a counter-attack. And Neves just took his time, picked his spot, and beat Vorm into the bottom corner. 3-0 in the end. And that's how it finished. This was the closest Spurs got. Eriksen having a shot that was... It was close, but it was well covered by the keeper. And that was it. It was 3-0. To us, we move on. Like I said, look, they didn't do bad for a 10-man team to have that kind of possession. But yeah, if we look at the, I don't know if you can see it or not, the areas of the pitch. I don't think you can, but if you could, you would see it was nearly all in their half. So we move on now to, I think it's another league game next. I think we've got a couple more league games, then we go into the cup competitions. So let's have a look. We've got here Sarabia wants some more money. We can have a look at that and see what he's got. Press conference, that's fine. Let's have a look and see what his contract is. Contracts, I'm pretty sure he's on decent money, is he not? Let's have a look. So Sarabia, yeah, he's on decent money. Look at that, he's on 50 grand. What's he think he was worth? I want an extra 10 grand. Well, no, because then he'd be earning more than Payet. And Payet accepted for 50. So no, I'm not going to pay him any extra at the moment. He's happy. He's still got another 2 years. We'll look at that maybe in the summer. I don't think he needs any more money. So we'll move on to this game here against Swansea. We will ring the changes, rotate our team out. See, Sarabia getting a bit tired. The problem now is we're getting players towards the end of the season. They're playing a lot of minutes. So Sarabia and Jesse, who came on there, are pretty tired. But we're going to just have to keep power through now. Maybe that's the advantage of what we need to address in the summer. Bring in a couple more players for depth in kind of generic positions as cover for fatigue and injuries. We've been pretty lucky with injuries so far this season. Touch wood. But let's get into this game here against Swansea anyway, and couple more wins will pretty much shore up the league for us. And we do see our way past Swansea City thanks to this really early goal from Scott Sinclair, weaving in between two defenders and getting a goal inside the opening 5 minutes. And that was the only real incident of the game. I mean, there was a few other chances and stuff going in. Vatoot was maybe a little bit lucky to get away with just a yellow here, of this kind of reckless tackle. And moving on, in addition to that, he wasn't the only one kind of getting things wrong. Iheanacho was through on goal here, and just as he was about to release the shot, Williams completely takes him out in the area. No doubt professional foul, red card for the second time in 2 games. I don't think we've had red cards against us, but with the penalty we did unfortunately stick it wide. Adama came on in the second half for his first appearance in a few games, and he really was the star of the show. He was making things happen, creating things. There you go, see Fabianski getting down low to the shot. Unfortunately not quite enough power on it. The one concern we see here is as Iheanacho was battling with Lucas, he actually pulls his hamstring, so hopefully it's not too bad. But we saw there, we had other chances and stuff, but we kind of kept Swansea at bay, and there was nothing really anything hugely exciting. And then you see another chance here for Adama right at the end, but it was well blocked by the defender. And 1-0, it was all we needed, but the concern is the injury to Iheanacho. Is it going to be serious? Is it going to just be a game? Is it going to be 4 weeks? Is it going to be... If it's a big injury, we're in big trouble, because we didn't actually sign that extra striker in the window. Okay, nothing's come up. That's really lucky. It's obviously just a little... It's one of those ones where he niggles it in the game, but afterwards he's actually okay. So hopefully it was more just cramp or something. That's really, really lucky. We did not want to lose him for any period of time. With while we're still competing on 3 fronts, there's going to be a lot of games coming thick and fast, and we need all of our players to stay as fit as possible. So we go to this next game here against City. It's a pretty big game, especially for City. Look at that. They are down in 5th place at the moment, not even averaging 2 points a game. Nowhere near, to be honest, actually. And they're actually behind Newcastle as it sits right now. So this is a must-win game for them if they want to kind of get into those Champions League spots. We've got a reminder of our English manager squads. We'll deal with that afterwards, don't worry right now. Going to this game here against City, and the win, that would put us 20 points clear with 8 games left. So looks like we might need 7 more points, or 2 more wins, but that's pretty much it, because Chelsea are probably going to drop points as well. We're actually playing them in a couple of weeks, so that could be the one. That could be the one that actually wins us the league, actually, against Chelsea. But let's get into this one here anyway, and see if we can get ourselves another win. This time, not so easy, against City. And it's another win in the league, this time against Manchester City. We should have got ourselves in the lead early on, but Payet couldn't quite find the corner, and Caballero made himself the save. But shortly after that, our early pressure told in the fact that we got ourselves a goal. You see there, Silva making a really key block there, but then moments later he went from hero to villain. Don't know what he was doing, diving right across Caballero there, but it meant Caballero could only palm the ball, and it fell to Payet to tap in, and it was 1-0. And then from the edge of the area we had a dangerous free kick. Who was going to take it? Sane stepped up and got it beautifully over the wall. Absolutely perfect. Caballero maybe expected the right foot of Geis, and the left foot of Sane distracted him, and that was it. That was 2-0. And from then on, it was pretty much just a case of managing the rest of the game. We had a couple of efforts from long range, see there, and Varmy trying to get himself another goal, but Caballero, through all of the bodies, managed to see it and tip it over the bar. City, to be fair to them, did have their own fair share of chances later on in the game, but you will see shortly. But we held strong. There, Caballero flapping there. Could have knocked out Sane with that punch, but Sane was strong in there, and we could have maybe even had more, tried to cut back, but Adama, when he came on, did well again, but just a little bit too close to Caballero. And I don't think we're actually going to see any of the City chances down the end there. There is a save, which we will put in here, where looked like City was destined to score, but Rooney stood strong against Aubameyang and made a really good save. But that was it, really. We did hold strong in in the face of some world-class players that City do have up front. And another clean sheet was another victory for us. 2-0. Only a couple more points needed now to secure that league title. But before we go into that, we're going to focus on FA Cup final time. So a couple of huge games coming up here. This is what this video is all about. Quarter-final of the FA Cup and then round of 16 in the Champions League. This is the make or break of our season. Right here, right now. These two games. So we'll go here with our second string, as it were, for the cup game. Keep everyone in our first 11 as fresh as possible for that huge game against Dortmund. So we'll get into this straight away here. No point wasting any time. Hopefully we can keep this winning streak going of winning everything that we can and get ourselves through to the next round of the FA Cup. And yes, we are through to the semi-finals of the FA Cup thanks to a hard-fought victory over Everton. The score there may look like it was a easy game, but it was far from it as we struggled in the first half to really get going and find any chances. You saw Jesse there flashing a shot wide, but other than that, that was it. Here was the second half already, and then there was a beautiful ball from Vertu into Iheanacho just after the hour mark, and that's what cut Everton open. Absolutely perfectly weighted to beat the defence. And then we see here, once we'd got the goal, there was chances coming forward and Geis getting himself a goal. That was part of a counter-attacking move from Villa. And then even more so in the 90th minute, another attacking move. This time Adama was on with pretty much the whole Everton half to run into, and he did so, and he even finished it well as well. So that was it. Everton didn't really have too much to worry us. They did have a couple of chances where they almost got in, but last-ditch defending prevented them from getting anything significant on goal. And there we are through now to the next round. Who have we got left in this competition? So we lucked out a little bit of a draw there. You know, we were talking about how all of these good teams that were left, Arsenal, United, Chelsea and City, they're all playing one another. So it looks like us and Newcastle are two of the teams, and then the other two teams no doubt will obviously be of the highest order. But now we are on to the game that this video was building up to. This is what it was all about. The Champions League against Borussia Dortmund. Last 16, second leg. Dead level after the first leg. Look at that, Dragowski now going up to an 80 overall. He is progressing so quickly. There, it's unbelievable. He's definitely going to be one for the future. Possibly even for the now. So, the good thing we have is we do have the away goals. We can draw 0-0 and go through. So that's going to affect how I set myself up. But just before we go into this game, we've got a squad submission. No. So, Hart is out injured. So, it looks like we're going to have to search for another goalkeeper. That's fine. Position, goalkeeper, submit search. So, we'll bring in Fraser Forster there. That's fine. Everyone else, though, looks all A-OK. We'll just do a quick search. Detailed. Anyone that's in the 80s that is not being included in the team. Submit the search there. Wayne Rooney, that's fine. We're not playing him. So we can submit that squad. And now, get into this huge game against Dortmund here. Really want to get ourselves a win. Our first 11 is going out all fully refreshed and ready for this game. Our wing backs both on cards, but here we go. Big game. Let's go do this. So could we get through this game against Borussia Dortmund? We started really strongly with chances there from Collier. Played through really well, just couldn't quite divert the ball goalwards. But it wasn't all us. Either Dortmund were having their fair share of chances in a game where we'd set up to kind of hit them on the counter-attack. I didn't want to go all out attacking. I knew we had those 2 away goals. And we kept going. Just couldn't quite find the breakthrough that we needed. Maybe the change in tactics wasn't quite suiting us. Collier getting frustrated, getting a yellow card, which I don't know why the ref's getting involved in that. That was an absolutely nothing challenge, which meant he couldn't make anything other stupid, otherwise he was going to be off. And then a chance here, which we're going to see from Neves dinked across, and we just couldn't quite divert goalwards. Another really good chance here This time from Korea, but well saved from the keeper. And even though we hadn't scored, we were still going through on those away goals. So it was all pretty good until there was some nervous moments there where the ball went through Tokugawa and he put the ball over the top. And you could see it was definitely was a high intensity game from both teams, as they were obviously pushing on. Dortmund knew how important it was to get this goal. The referee again trying to get way too involved, giving yellow cards for absolutely nothing challenges. And then the ball came through here for Sturridge, and it was from Sturridge through the voice, and the goal went in. 75 minutes gone. Could we respond? Sané running at the defence, and a stupid challenge there brought him down, and it was indeed a penalty. A chance with only 7 minutes to go to get back into the game. Jesse given the responsibility. Could he score? Yes, he could. The keeper went low, he went high. The equaliser. Real important goal there, and we were back through on away goals, and that's how it finished. We are through to the next round of the Champions League, only on away goals. Once again, you can see Dortmund scoring with their only shot on target, so they had 3 shots against us in the whole of the 2 legs and scored 3 goals. So that shows how clinical teams can be in the Champions League and how important it is that we take our chances, because we did have chances in that game and we didn't put them away, and it almost cost us. So now we can simulate through here. All of our players time to regroup with a break for. Oh no, there's one more game before the break for the European break of internationals, and it's a huge game. If we win here against Chelsea, we would go 26 points clear with only 7 games to go. They wouldn't be able to catch us. In fact, can they catch us anyway? They are. Let's have a look. They are currently. Let me do the maths. They are 23 points behind us with 24. With 24 still available. So in fact, all we actually need is a draw. So as long as we don't lose to Chelsea here, we are the Premier League champions. So what a week it could be, getting through to the Champions League and now going to Chelsea to try and shore up the league. Alright, let's go do this. Let's see if we can get ourselves the league for the 2nd year running. And we have done it. We have won the Premier League for the 2nd year in a row with a comprehensive win over Chelsea. 2-0. Did it in style. You saw there the opening goal from Sané, a rebound after Payet's shot, and we were definitely a little bit tired after that Dortmund game. My players were very slow, and Chelsea almost got straight back into it with Ivanovic, but striking it against the bar. And El Shaarawy, he was also another player that was definitely feeling fatigue, wasn't up to his normal high standards, nor was Payet there. You can see Azpilicueta having all of Sané's shirt and ripping it almost there, and then walking through the defence was Dennis Payet. He was denied for the first goal, but not to be denied for the second, getting himself a goal. He scored quite a few in this video, it must be said. He's done pretty well, and there was a really good save there from Rulli after the deflection with the head. Wants to maintain those clean sheets that he's got so many of this year, even though he's only played since January. And that was pretty much it. There was nothing really that exciting in the second half to talk about. Like I said, my players were tiring. It was just a case of make sure we didn't have any injuries and seeing out the rest of the game. But that is it. The Premier League is done and dusted with 7 games still to spare. We are champions once again. And right now we can just focus on the Champions League now. That's what we really want to do well in and kind of see if we can... Well, we've promised to get to the final, so let's see if we can do that. We've got another player we need to add in here. Who should we add in? You know what? Let's add in Korea. Not that he's not good enough already, but shooting, sharp shooting. So yeah. What's his long shots like? His long shots are pretty good. Let's go with that. Chance creation. Let's simulate him up here. Pretty much one decent training here will put him to 82 overall. Didn't quite get a good training there, so no real progression from him on the overall, unfortunately. But that is it for this week. What we'll do is we'll just simulate up here. We'll go through the FIFA World Cup qualifiers to end the video. Nothing hugely exciting to talk about, but what we'll go with is our team. Let's see what we're happy with. We'll go Sterling, Kane, Sturridge across Barkley. What have we got here? What have we got? Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I think what might bring Henderson in for Ali actually, and there we go. Miller on the bench. What have we got on the bench? What we got? There we go. So pretty happy with that team. Henderson, Wilshere, Barkley, Kane, Sturridge, Sterling, giving the wide options there. Tell you what, Sturridge is progressing quite nicely as a striker. What we could do, we could always take him out and then move. There we go. Do it that way for now. Put a natural winger on. We'll see how that goes anyway. Not really too fussed. Simulate through these games, and hopefully we can get ourselves a couple wins against Greece. I would expect us to beat a better team and get ourselves a win, but obviously no guarantee. Looks like we fell 1-0 behind in the first minute, but Wilshere and Sterling getting the goals to bring us back. Come from behind victory there, and then advance up a few more days, and then keep the same team. Keep the same team. Why not? Home against Austria. See if they can get themselves another win, and skip that. 4-0, comprehensive, 2 from Sterling, 1 from Sturridge, and a penalty from Leighton Baines as well. That was very, very convincing, very good. So that keeps us top of our FIFA World Cup qualifying group there. And now we've got back here, load the previous session, so we can take Corio off because he's playing and move it back to Sane. What are we trying to improve for him? Dribbling? How's his dribbling? His dribbling's already really good. Ball control, agility. We could do that. I think we were initially doing his shooting, but that's fine. So simulate that one up there. Get those all done and sorted. Iheanacho now up to an 80 overall as well. So that's good. Everyone is progressing very, very nicely. We're getting our second 11 is really kind of getting up there almost now to the same stats as our first 11. So we get there. So a little story here about our choice show off El Shaarawy. It was wonderful when you were able to prove, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, he's been amazing. He's been really good since we brought him in. No doubt that he wasn't going to make a big difference. So we'll just simulate up here and see where we are. Leroy Sané's got a few things to say. So we've got some prize money for the FA Cup. We've got a big chunk of prize money from there. Iheanacho, he wants to play. We probably will put our second 11. And Sané's happy for the amount of football he's playing. So there we go. That's it for now. We are champions of England once again. All a bit too easy. I've said it last time. I'd like to see teams like Chelsea and that, having a little bit of a better record. I mean, yes, okay, we've been absolutely fantastic this year, winning nearly everything, but I would expect other teams to have a slightly better record. I don't think we're going to get another year in because FIFA 17 will be out soon. But if we did, I would probably move it up to Legendary now. But we will finish this season off anyway and then take stock of where we are. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to see anyone else getting any games or not at all. Premier League is pretty much, we can play with it as we want. The next focus is going to be next video will be all about the Champions League. We've got Atletico Madrid in the quarterfinals, so we've got those 2 legs there. And then also a semi-final against Newcastle. So there we go. Let me know in the comments down below what you want to see lineup wise for that. But for now, thank you very much for watching, everyone, and I will see you all next time.